Hi, and welcome back. So we are going to talk about the samples that I gave you. So the first part, the first video was about giving you some background knowledge about the essential oils and why would you would want to use them and why would you want to bring them into your business. The second video is about the samples that I gave you. So let's talk about those. We already talked about peppermint because that was what we just used in the last video, was how we use peppermint oil. The second oil that I want to talk about is your little sample of wild orange. So wild orange is the oil of abundance. And so this oil is really good at helping people open up their mind to want to hear what you've got to say. So sometimes as an esthetician, you have to educate, you have to teach people things, and you want to make sure that they're in the mindset that they can hear what you're saying. So it's always good to start with wild orange. Wild orange is a good one to diffuse. People say that they have an increase of sales when they're diffusing wild orange. So if that is something that attracts you, wild orange then use it, because wild orange is the oil of happiness as well. So it's an oil that it's when you use it, you feel automatically like a rise. So one thing that we always joke about with wild orange is try to, in your mind, think of someone that drives you crazy or that you don't like. Now put a drop of wild orange in your hand, rub your hands together, and smell. And within 30 seconds to 2 minutes, you're going to have a hard time thinking bad things about that person, because this is the feel-good oil. It's the one emotionally that you're going to want to use a lot, and it's super, super inexpensive. This is one of the ones that you can definitely keep on hand and keep on stock pretty easily. Because that oil wholesale, I think, is $11 for the big bottle that has 250 drops in it. So if you use 2 a day, the bottle's gonna last a while if you use 2 a day in your diffuser. So that's wholesale. Retail, I think, is about $15. I'm not totally right on that, but I'm close. So let's talk about, wild orange. Why would you want to use wild orange specifically for yourself? Well, if you're someone who feels overstressed, or you're someone who has some anxious feelings or something of that sort, you can use wild orange to help you with that emotionally. Wild orange is kind of one that I use more emotionally than I do anything else, but it is also one you could flavor your water with. And so you could have a very hydrating drink of water and then be using wild orange as well. You could put a drop in your water. It's also a good oil that you can cook with. So if you're somebody who likes to make icings, or probably more desserts, or maybe even some orange chicken or something of that sort, then you could use wild orange as well. Wild orange goes very well with the next oil that I gave you, which is lavender. And lavender oil is used for so many things. You can use lavender oil for if someone comes in and they have a sunburn, you can use lavender oil to help with that. You can also use lavender oil, so the redness from the sunburn, also the kind of like puffy feeling, you can use lavenders for that. It's used in a lot of products actually for the face. It's one of the more gentle oils that you can use. But I do like to dilute lavender whenever I use on the foot. But on all of our facial care products, but doTERRA has facial care systems, facial care products, and all of those things, they all have lavender in it. Lavender is also, it has antihistamine properties to it, so that's kind of important as well. What else about lavender? Lavender is very calming oil. You'll hear a lot of people use it at sleepy time. It's a great oil to use with wild orange at sleepy time, because wild orange, it will help calm those together. It helps calm those racy thoughts. And then also calms your body at the same time. So these oils, wild orange I wouldn't necessarily put on my pillow because it's an orange color, but lavender you could put on your pillow, it won't stain your pillow. Wild orange, you could put these on the bottom of your feet, which I didn't talk about before, and I should have, because the bottom of your feet, you don't really have to dilute with the bottom of your feet, because on the bottom of your feet it has thick skin and it has bigger pores, so it can get into your system a lot faster. So if I'm using an oil that I'm not really sure how my body is going to respond to it, I would actually use it on the bottom of my feet first. So let me think about lavender oil, if there's anything else. It's very common. It's a staple in everybody's home. Lots of people have lavender oil. It's kind of one of those that you want to keep around. So the other oil I want to talk about, the next one, And the Breathe drop is actually called Breathe Oil. And Breathe, and I gave it to you in a drop, so you can go ahead and open that up and put it in your mouth, and you can really get a good feeling about what that Breathe Oil is like. It actually can come in a bottle just like this. I just didn't have enough drops to sample everybody. But so I gave you one of these drops instead. And if you can notice real quickly that it helps with stuffiness and things of that sort. So you could use that in any of your products. I do have to mention, I forgot to mention this before, make sure that all of your essential oils are going to be in glass containers. Do not put them in anything plastic because it can eat the plastic. Unless it's a high quality plastic, then you can do it. But a styrofoam container, it will actually eat through the styrofoam container. So don't do that with your essential oils. The last thing that I want to talk about in particular is going to be, and I'm talking about all of them right now. I was going to do it day by day and have you use one, but the thing is that you may need one of these oils today instead of 3 days from now. So if you need to use peppermint, use it. If you need to use wild orange, use it. If you need to use lavender, use it. I suggest using peppermint in the morning. Everybody pull out your peppermint, use it in the morning with wild orange to get you started. I also suggest that if you're someone who deals with anxious feelings, that you use lavender and wild orange before you begin your day together as a team. For those, and it won't put you to sleep. It's just a very calming thing. And then I would say about lunchtime, do lavender and do peppermint and wild orange again. And then say at 2 p.m. we get lots of people get real kind of just about 2 p.m. Like, is this day ever going to end? So go ahead and use your your peppermint and wild orange then. And then use your lavender and wild orange before you go to bed. So what does that look like? What do I mean, use it? Well, I would use it in my hands for now. I'd use it on the bottom of my feet if you could reach your feet. If you can't reach your feet, go ahead and put full drops on the back of your spine. Dilute it if you would like to dilute it, and go ahead and put it on your spine. Bottom of your feet, you don't necessarily have to dilute, but you can, and so it's a good place to start. So when I'm saying use it 3 times a day, and the reason why I'm saying that is because you need to introduce new information into your body multiple times. So it's an essential oil works with your body with wellness, and it's different from a medication where you take a medication that forces your body to do something. Essential oils do not have side effects like what you're used to with if you were taking medications. So because your medication forces your body to do stuff, you're going to have side effects and things like that. Because essential oils don't do that. They actually work with your body's wellness system. Then you need to introduce it to your body several times throughout the day and give your body new information by using the oil multiple times. So if you're a highly overworked, overpressured person and you need more calming sensation, then you're going to definitely want to be utilizing that wild orange as much as possible throughout the day. You can never use too much oil. Your body will just process it out like it's a vitamin. And but you can use too less. But I do like to say, when I'm talking specifically about the amount of oil that you use on your body, less is more, okay? But you want to use it more times a day. So use the amount of oil less, but use the oil lots of times. So instead of using 5 drops of oil, put it all over my body, I'm changed person. Not exactly. It's more like use a little bit of oil, just a tiny drop, because they're super potent, super high power. Just use a tiny drop, and then you can use it multiple times a day throughout the day to change. You're changing the chemistry inside of your body in that way, with its own wellness, with its own support. Okay, so I will come back and talk about how to use these specifically in your business, just like I did before a little bit. I'm going to expand a little bit more on that. I'm showing you how, if you wanted to use the oils to make income, you can, alongside your esthetician business, and how you can make that work for you. And what is the pamphlet saying in some of these specific places, and kind of explain the pamphlet for you. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.